You didn't choose him by accident, and he didn't choose you by accident either. There is a pattern happening underneath your relationships, underneath your feelings, underneath your type, that most people never see. And once you see it, you cannot unsee it. She texts first, always. She checks her phone after sending a message. She reads into the silence. She rehearses conversations in her head before they happen. She wonders if she said something wrong. She apologizes without knowing why. He pulls away. Not always, but enough. He goes quiet when things get emotional. He avoids the hard conversation. He needs space, a lot of it. And when she reaches for more closeness, he feels something tighten in his chest, something that says, too much, too close, too fast. And here is what nobody tells you. They were made for each other. Not in the romantic sense, in the psychological sense. They fit, like a lock and key, not because they're compatible, but because they are familiar. This is called attachment theory. It was developed by psychologist John Bowlby in the 1960s, and it explains something most people spend their entire lives confused about. Every person on this planet learned, in childhood, how to attach to other people. You watched the adults around you. You watched how love was given, how it was withdrawn, whether comfort was safe, whether needing someone you made them stay or made them leave. And your nervous system took notes. The anxious girl, she grew up in an environment where love was inconsistent. Maybe her mother was warm one day and cold the next. Maybe her father was present sometimes and emotionally unavailable the rest. Maybe affection came with conditions she could never fully understand. So her nervous system learned one thing. Love is unstable, and if you don't hold on tight, it disappears. That became her attachment style, anxious attachment. She needs reassurance. She needs closeness. She monitors emotional temperature in every room she walks into. She is hyper-attuned to shifts in other people's moods because as a child, missing those shifts had consequences. Now, the avoidant boy, he grew up in a different kind of environment. Maybe emotional expression was weakness in his home. Maybe he was told, stop crying. Maybe his needs were met materially but not emotionally. Maybe vulnerability was met with dismissal or ridicule. So his nervous system learned something different. Needing people is dangerous. The safest thing is to need no one. That became his attachment style, avoidant attachment. He is self-sufficient, almost performatively so. He is comfortable alone. He intellectualizes emotions instead of feeling them. He values independence above everything else. Not because he doesn't want love, but because wanting love once felt like the most unsafe thing in the world. Now, here is the part that changes everything. You think you fell in love. What actually happened is that your nervous systems recognized each other. The anxious girl feels something electric with the avoidant boy. He is emotionally unavailable, and that feels familiar. It mirrors the inconsistency she grew up with. Her nervous system doesn't register that as a red flag. It registers it as home. The avoidant boy feels something comfortable with the anxious girl. She pursues. She initiates. She does the emotional labor. That allows him to stay at the distance he learned to survive at, close enough to feel connected, far enough to feel safe. And so the cycle begins. She reaches, he retreats. She reaches harder, he retreats further. She interprets his distance as proof that she is not enough. He interprets her reaching as proof that relationships are suffocating. Both of them are wrong, but both of them are responding perfectly to the wound they were given before they were old enough to understand what a wound was. This is not a love story. This is two nervous systems replaying childhood, hoping this time the ending is different. Step 1. Name your pattern, not your partner. Stop asking, why is he like this? Start asking, why does his unavailability feel familiar to me? The problem is never the other person. The problem is what that person activates inside you. Step 2. Regulate before you respond. Anxious attachment turns emotional activation into action. The moment you feel the urge to text again, to seek reassurance, to close the distance, pause. That urge is your nervous system misfiring. It thinks danger is present. There is no danger. There is discomfort. Learn the difference. Step 3. Do the reparenting work. The anxious girl needs to build a relationship with herself that is consistent. That means keeping small promises to yourself, showing up for yourself without an audience, building internal security, not borrowing it from other people. The avoidant person needs to practice tolerating closeness in small doses, not performing vulnerability, but allowing it, sitting with discomfort instead of immediately creating distance. Step 4. Choose security, even when it feels boring. Secure attachment does not feel like fireworks in the beginning. It feels calm. It feels steady. And because many people have confused anxiety with passion for so long, calm can feel like nothing. That feeling is just your nervous system adjusting to something it hasn't experienced before. Give it time. Here is who you become on the other side of this work. You become someone who can sit in a relationship without monitoring it. Someone who does not confuse emotional pain with love. Someone who does not need to chase or be chased to feel alive. You become someone whose nervous system finally learns that safety and love can exist in the same person. You stop attracting the same wound in a different face, and you start building something that doesn't require you to bleed to feel it. That is the work. It is slow. It is uncomfortable. It is worth every second. The pattern ends when you finally decide to understand it.